How can you win in multiple offers? That's the topic we're talking about today. I've put a list together of 3 things that you need to do in order to ensure you're putting the chances on your side in order to win the property you want. At the end of this video, I do have a 4th bonus tip for those of you that stick around, so make sure to stay tuned. Number 1, it's quite obvious, but I recommend you do it in a slightly different way. Get the pre-approval. Whichever lender you're working with, make sure you have a pre-approval letter in hand that you can present to the sellers whenever you're making the offer. Now, pre-approval letters, a lot of agents will say they're not worth the paper they're printed on. But one thing that could really tip the scales your way is to, yes, get a pre-approval letter from a lender, mortgage broker, or wherever you're planning on getting a mortgage, but also get a letter from your bank, wherever you're holding the funds for your down payment, and make sure they write you a letter stating that Mr. or Mrs. Buyer does have the funds to submit a down payment in the amount of $80,000 or more, or whatever the case may be for you. Myself, as a listing agent, if I were to see a buyer come in, have a pre-approval letter, and also have a letter from the buyer's bank stating that they have the funds in their bank account ready to close, that would be a huge plus for me, and I would encourage my sellers to consider this offer. Now, winning offers aren't always the highest in price. Somebody that is really organized might be able to get the property for a slightly lower price than the highest bid, as long as they're organized with their financing. And it brings me to step number 2, home inspections. Now, a lot of buyers over the past 2 years have been waiving home inspections altogether. That is not a good strategy. If you're dealing with a newer property, you're fairly confident in your eye for inspections, okay, that's one thing. But if the property is a few years older and you think you really need a home inspections, do yourself a favor, do a home inspection even before you submit on the property. Yes, you might be competing against other buyers, and yes, it might cost you that home inspection fee, and at the end you won't get the property. But try to find a home inspector that is working with the times. Let them know, hey, I'm going to hire you to do a pre-inspection. What's your fee? In the event that we don't get the property, are you going to stick with me and give me the second and the third home inspection for a reduced rate? A lot of home inspectors out there will be willing to do that. Make sure you check with them. Whichever realtor you're working with will have a good list of home inspectors in your area. But please, get the home inspections if you can. Don't just straight up waive it. That is very, very dangerous, and it could end up costing you lots of money down the road, and you can end up regretting the purchase. Number 3, make sure you don't overspend for the property. Now, I know I titled this video How to Win in Multiples, but I did see a lot of buyers go out there and get fed up with the buyer's market and submit astronomical prices that they won't be able to recoup within the next year, 2 years, because the market's just not going there. At least that's the way I feel. Be educated on the market. Be educated on the market. Ask the realtor that you're working with what has sold in the area, what has been selling in the past few weeks, what is active on the market, and be competitive, of course, but be comfortable with the price that you're putting. And if you're feeling that you're putting too much of a strain on your finances, I'd say be very cautious with that. You want to be going in this offer, at 110%. And if you feel like the price you're offering is just way too much, you won't be giving your 110%. And it's not going to be a good situation if you have to sell the property in a few years and your mortgage is worth more than you can get for the property. That's called being underwater. Okay? And the 4th bonus tip that I wanted to give to you guys is be prepared to be a backup offer. There are so many times that I've seen properties get sold. The sellers accept a conditional offer, and we might see 15 other buyers on the property, and not one of them will accept to be in a backup position. If you're that close and you're in second position, submit your offer to the listing agent and say, hey, we'll be in a backup offer position. Sometimes the offers that win, Maybe they overpaid for the property, they get buyer's remorse, they walk away from the deal in a few days, and there you are. You're in second position. You can pounce on the property. It's yours right away. And not a lot of agents take advantage of this. So be prepared to be in second position in a backup offer, just so that you could secure the property in that way. It's possible it might not work out, but you're putting all the odds on your side. If you're going to do that, you'll probably have to include a condition in your offer that your offer is conditional upon the seller being released from a previously accepted offer, which would be the first offer. But your agent can explain all of that to you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed these tips. I teach these to all of my buyers, ensuring that their odds of winning in a competition are as high as possible. If you're enjoying these videos, leave a like. If you're enjoying my channel, make sure you subscribe. Click on that bell for notifications. That way you get notified whenever I come up with new content. We've been making a push to make a lot more content these days, as you can see from my channel. We're investing money, trying to get the channel quality to go higher and higher. Invested in a mic. Since my audio wasn't top notch, we really want to deliver some good content. We're going to be renovating this little office here and making a little vlogging station so I can hop in here, deliver you some tips and tricks for the day. But if you have topics that you would like me to cover, leave them in the comments section down below. It's my pleasure putting these together for you. I really enjoy it, and I really like the community that is forming around this channel. Okay, that'll be all for me. I'll see you guys on the next video. Ciao.